Hi guys, I'm working on my 1997 Nissan pickup hardbody. I'm working to put a new head gasket. The problem I'm running into is to get the exhaust manifold out. This one actually it's easier. The intake manifold is the hardest part. So here there's nuts and washers, make sure not to lose them. And you see this pipe here connected to the exhaust. It goes all around to the intake as well with the EGR. You have to loosen one of them. This one it's impossible to take it out, it's like so hard. So what I did, I took the two nuts over there that hold it to this piece here. Okay, they were together, the bolts are still hanging there. So I took the nut, now it's loose. This way will give me this to play free. Another thing I did for the exhaust to move freely is what's under the car, and there are two screws holding the exhaust to the frame. Those are the two screws, they were up there. Okay, I took this one out so the exhaust can move freely. It will move freely. Yeah. Okay, now the intake manifold, as I said earlier, is the hardest part. I took all the screws, it moved a little bit but not much. Did some research and I found that there is a bracket that it's under. That's where the oil filter was. See that milky water there, oil mixed because the head gasket is gone. So if you look from the under the vehicle, you're gonna see two more, but if you feel here, there's a bracket under this whole thing, like on the right there to the bottom. Can you see it? If you feel there's two bolts, I think it's 14 millimeter. I took the oil filter, and now I can access it from here easily. I just feel with my socket and take them all both, and this should it's right here under one and one over there. You can go under the car and you can see them from there, but I think this is the easiest way for me. Or you can walk from the side of the tire. You have to have an extension, take maybe the wheel off, but that's the filter. I took it out. Now I'm gonna take that bracket, and this should have this whole assembly moved to one side. Just enough room for me to take the head. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps you out. I want to add on something. I was trying to pry the exhaust manifold out, but the shield only come out all the way because of this hose of the AC. So what I did, I loosened the belts, and I'm in the process of taking the AC compressor out, and I can move it to the side. This hose will move to the side as well, and this will give me room. There are two bolts or four bolts that hold the AC, two on the bottom, these units, and two on the top. Okay, here we go. One here, one over here, it's hidden, two on the bottom, 14 millimeter. And that should do it. Okay, the intake manifold is off on this side. Okay, just need to change the gasket later on. This one is off as well. Like I said, this one was hard because of this, but once I took the AC out, it became all loose. I was able to move it, and the shield came off. This is out, and that's it. So if you're working in the head gasket, make sure now to do everything top dead center. You're gonna get 27 millimeter socket. You're gonna turn, go to the crankshaft, the bottom, all the way to the bottom here. There's a bolt there. You're gonna turn it clockwise. Take the spark plugs, put a skinny screwdriver number 1 and 4, or just one skinny one. Once it goes all the way up, the screwdriver, that means top center. That means number 1 and number 4 are up. So there's a process to the intake manifold is separated from the head. The exhaust manifold, same thing. 8 bolts, small bolts. They hold the valve cover. 2 on the back. I use this extension number 10 and I ratchet. It's easier that way, and we should be able to take it out. There we go. Set it aside. Okay, here's the problem. See, some water got into here, so we'll work on it. Now, this is the rocker arms. The exhaust side, it has 1, 2, 3, and 4. The intake manifold has 2, 4, 6, and 8. Start wherever you want. Just don't open them at the same time. You may confuse them or something, but it's not. It's very easy. Take pictures every time you want to do something. Take pictures before. But now, before I do all of this, I'm gonna go ahead and get my engine to top that center by using a 27mm and going down here. There's a port inside here, 27mm, and I will turn it and take it to the top dead center, and then I will take the rocker arms, label them, separate them aside, leave everything together. Same thing with the intake, and then I will some people, they will leave them on and just take the head directly. Then once the head is out, then they will take them apart. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But once I'm here, let me explain to you something. Okay, this is how you remove the rocker arms in this order. Okay, this is the front of the engine, which is here. So if you're looking at the engine like this, we go like this. Okay, the rocker arms, I will do like 1, 2, 3, 4, go back here, 5, 6, 7, 8, the last one's 9 and 10. This is how you remove them. To put them back, in this order, it's like you reverse what you just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's to torque them when you put them back, and you torque them from 27 to 30 pounds. Okay, that's done. Now for now, I'm gonna go back and turn this to the top dead center. Okay, after we move the valve cover, this is the time we're gonna do the fender top dead center. For this 1997, you're supposed to turn it. I use 27mm. I took the fan and the shroud. I don't want to keep going under the car. It's easier to work from here, and I will keep turning it clockwise this way. Now this is when you're top dead center. This pointer here will be at a mark. I will show you later. And I marked number 1 cylinder on the cap, the wire, the rotor, and I put a line right here. The rotor should be pointing here. Okay, I'm gonna move this. This rotor here should turn and face here. This dot, that's where you know you're at top dead center. And that one I think is gonna be in the 3rd mark from the right. I'll find out. I'll show you exactly. So now I'm gonna need both hands to start turning, and see if we can do it. It's difficult, so I have to use both hands. Okay guys, take pictures every time you move to the, whenever you move to the next step, take pictures before you start taking things out. And look for labels, numbers and stuff. Like for this one, see how it says 01, 01. Every other one is 01, the other one is, I believe, 02. And also this side has 4, this has 8. So now we're going to show you how I do top dead center. This is the cap. Okay, this is number 1 cylinder on the cap. Okay, in my car you need to align the rotor with number 1 here. So I took a line and I marked it here in the house sign. Okay, so I'm going to move it. This rotor need to come to this line, and then I'm going to look at the pointer down there and should be in a mark. And this here need to be in the top. There's a notch here in the bottom. Is going to turn as we go. It will come up here and will be aligned on this arrow right here, if you can see it, that small arrow. Okay, that's where the top dead center. Also, I do something extra. I put a screwdriver here, skinny one. That's where the spark plug number 1 is, and this will start coming up. 1 and 4 will go up, 2 and 3 will go down. When the 1 and 4 go up, that top dead center, this mark will be here. This will be the notch on the bottom here is turning. So I took the fan on the shoulder just to make it easy for me. You don't have to, but it's much easier, and I can just ratchet and watch and see. Hopefully I can do it with my hand. Here we go. It's turning. Anyway, you got the idea. I need to use both hands. Slipped, but these rotors will come here and I will show you what I have done. Okay, this is what I meant. Here's the rotor. It's aligned with this mark here, this notch here. It's aligned with this small arrow here. You can see it right there. It's aligned with it. Then here you have, this is the first notch, -5. This is a 0. This is 5, and this is 10. And according to what I saw in my research, it should be there, and you can see it's right there on it. So we're good here. This is my top dead center. Now, like I said earlier, you can move the head with the rocker arms, or you can just take the rocker arms first, label them, mark them, left, right, make sure. The front here, it has these 2 holes here. It's 1, so this is how you label the front and the back. The clips, make sure to mark them. I think they're numbers, but I'm not sure, but mark them so you know which one goes to where. It's just 2 clips here. So that's what I'm gonna do for my station. I'm gonna label everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock off this rock arms with this axle, I guess, and then move on to take out the belt, the chain and the wheel, and I'm gonna shove a rag here to block the, before I take this one off, I'm gonna put a rag so it will hold the chain in place, because I don't want it to slip from the pinion on the bottom, and then we'll have a problem. I have to keep fighting on it, and then probably have to take all of this. So that's gonna be what I'll be doing now. Okay, put a rag over there to hold the chain, because I'm gonna take the sprocket right here for the camshaft, and so the chain will stay here when I pull the head. And also I did take the rocker arms, separate them, so the exhaust, that's the intake. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this with this. The mark's still there, good. It's still good. I'm just gonna loosen it and check again and make sure the top dead center is still there. Didn't work turn, but if it does, I can just adjust a little bit. Okay guys, I shoved a rag there, paper, so the chain will not fall. And now I'm gonna go ahead and you need to take these 4 bolts, 10mm, 1 here, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna come here and do the synchronization. 4. Okay. Then you're gonna remove the bolts here. So the order of taking this bolt is 14mm, and you're gonna start from. You're gonna do 1. You're gonna go here and 2. You're gonna come back here, take the 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here's the order. Okay, and when we install it, you install it in this order, and you torque it in this 4 steps. This is for the install. Now we're here, we'll focus on this. Be back. Okay guys, the head, I took all the bolts. They come with washers, so I still have the rag there. It's holding the chain, and also if something fallen there, I can be able to grab it by using just my magnet. But anyway, it was not hard, because like the engine is still good. It just got overheated or something happened. We got one thing I noticed, this bolt here was loose actually for some reason. Maybe that's was my problem from the factory or something. And here is the head is coming out. See that? It's very easy. Right there, moved. And I went to Mars. It's a store that actually it's Napa now. And I bought this bolts. I ordered the gaskets, not here, but here are the bolts I got from them. It's the part number. It's a set. And also they come with new washers. There are the bolts. Inside, I put the torque and the steps. See that? Because you are supposed to put new bolts when you move the head. Do not put the old ones. Put the new ones, always. Okay? I'm gonna move the head and see what's going there and wait till I get the gasket. All right, here's my problem. It looks like something happened from this over there and leaks water. And also was sitting here for a while. This is a problem. Now I have to clean everything else. Remember how I saw the top dead center? You have cylinder number 1 on the top and number 4 on the top, 2 and 3 down. So we'll move this gasket and do some cleaning and take the head to a shop and have them work on it, and then put back everything, get new gasket for here, gasket for this one here, and we'll keep you posted. Alright guys, I did some cleaning, looks much better. Now I'm gonna go ahead and the head is ready to go to the shop. You check the valves for a leak, do some cleaning, and by the way, you don't need to take the rocker arms or anything. All you need to do is take this according to the shop, because the lifter they're hydraulic. So I'm gonna leave the camshaft here and the lifters are here. I'm gonna take them because they are hydraulic. And you push, by the way, when you push with your finger, it should go down. I don't know if you can see it easily. They all go easy. If they are stuck, you may need to clean them. I put them some extra precaution here in the transmission oil. This one, I checked all of them, the intake and the exhaust, but this one here, no. This one was the hardest one, this one. And I put some transmission oil and I keep playing with it and it starts to loosen up. So you can see how this one goes easily. You should be able to move them just with your finger. All right, and off to the shop. Okay guys, I just want to add something. While you are here, this is your thermostat. I think it'll be a good idea to change it now. Also, your PVC valve is right here. See if you can, right there. Okay, it's a 19 millimeter. See if you can get it to focus. Right there. You take off this clamp, back up the hose, and use a 19 millimeter, and it shows. There you go. It turns. Okay. You got the idea. 19mm, take it out. Hi guys, I took the head to the machine shop. They resurfaced it, they cleaned it, they pressure tested, and there was no leaks in the valves or the head cylinders. They checked it for cracks as well, and it's ready to go. I got this kit, gasket head kit. This is the part number, and it comes with everything, the exhaust, the water, everything. And this is the head gasket. This is the one I'm gonna use. I got this from a place, it's called Mills. I think it's bought now by Napa. So this is the part number. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. I clean this very well. It's dry, it's ready to go. Need to make sure not to mess up the position of your head gasket. And I'm going to show you which one it is in just a minute. So I'm going to check all the connections. Okay, pay attention with me please here. Look, if you put it this way, this is not the correct way. I'm going to show you why. Look, nothing aligns correctly. You can say it's not aligned good, it's like crooked, but for me I will watch for this. This is the most important one. It feels like it fell. This is the way it's supposed to go. Oh look at, there's some writing here. Okay, it doesn't say anything about, don't see anything, it says stop, but this is the way it's supposed to go. I'm gonna show you why. This paper here aligns perfectly. And also what I did when I took the old gaskets, I put it on the floor in one position, showing me it was the upper part, and this matched perfectly. This is how it's supposed to go, like that. Just like that. Okay. All right. This will hold it in place. The stops here. I did not put any glue or any silicone or nothing, just like you see, just like that, going down, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the head and start it, get the new bolts. Again, this is just a reminder. Here's how you install the head in this order. Okay, and this is the passes you do. 22 pound first pass, again 58 foot-pound. Third one you lose all the bolts. 4 will be between 54 and 61 pounds. And this is the order. Okay, this is what I did next. I put the head. Don't forget the gasket, new gasket, and I put the exhaust manifold, and I moved in here. Don't forget to put this bracket first before you put the engines. It will be difficult for you to put the head. There's no room, so put the bracket before. Put new gasket here for the intake manifold. Align it, push it. Started the bolts here, and bolts here. Heading back there, same as like this one. Then one in the corner. There is 2 more to go here. The total here is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, using my hand, I went under the manifold and I felt for the hole. You can see it's difficult. It's just below this part here, and I started one bolt in there, and now there's one more to go, and I'm not tightening anything yet. I'm just putting loose. And the head, I use these 4 bolts. They're from the old bolts, just to hold it in place when I put the exhaust and make sure everything is aligned. Then I'll take them out, put the new ones, and work with the specs. Anyway, here is the other bolt. Last time I could show it to you. In order for you to remove the intake manifold, it's this one. Let's see if I can use something to show it to you. It's a 14mm. I can see it. Okay. It's this one. It's in here. It's here. You can see it. I started this one here. Difficult to see. Yeah, it just started this one. Okay, that's the one you need. Okay guys, I put all the board back here. As you can see, I don't tight everything very much, just leave it loose. This is gonna be last time after I put the shield back on here. Then I put my washers and nuts. Now the next one to do is take this gasket here, E1, and connect it here to this part here. Okay, so I'm gonna collect the line that goes in back here to this EGR right there. There are 2 bolts. Just gonna push them through, put the gaskets in between, and that should do it. These are the new bolts, as I mentioned earlier in the video. This is the part number. The one I have here, they're just temporary to hold the board. I'm gonna take them out, throw them in the garbage. We don't need them, we need new ones. Then I will start installing the head and the sequence, and that's the torque. Okay, and also don't forget to connect all your hoses and stuff like that. One, I need to connect it and start putting back things together. Okay guys, just a reminder, make sure not to forget this 4 bolt before you start with. I did all by hand, just tightening this to my hand, following the same order, just by hand for now. They are not tight, as you can see. I'll just give you an example. And this is the last one. Now make sure these 4 bolts, you don't forget them, and make sure it's aligned. There's one here, one right here, and one here, and one here. They are 10 millimeter. Now I'm gonna start using my torque wrench, and we're gonna follow the steps to install the head in this order. So we're gonna undo. Okay guys, I did the first pass, tighten this bolts, the head, and of course I follow the order. Okay guys, I did the first pass, tighten this bolts, the head, and of course I follow the order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. they're asking for 54 to 61 foot-pound. I'm doing 59. Okay, following this order. Okay, don't forget to put these 4 bolts. There's one here, 2, 3, and 4. Don't over tight. Okay, I don't know the spec, but I didn't tighten. You don't want to tighten too much. And also I got this grease here. I'm gonna use it to lube the bearing with the camshaft and then install the rocker arms. Okay, I put the camshaft. Now I got the bearings. Put a little lube here. This is number 1. Don't forget to install those guides. They go right here. This one's here. Like this. They will guide you when you put the rocker arms. Okay, when you install the rockers, you're gonna need to have this set there, like so. I said guide right there. And 3, 4, and 5. They are all numbered. As you can see here, 1, 2. Okay. I will get the specs for the rockers. I go ahead and I put the camshaft, put the pulley here, put the chain, and marked it before I started. This is the mark, correspond to this one. Some of them are colored. Mine was not colored, so I just put the mark here and there to make sure I'm not. And put a rag. Make sure to put a rag. I did not tie this yet. I think you need to tie it to 90 foot-pound. I didn't tie it, just get it there. Then I put the rocker arms. Okay, now it's time to tighten up the rocker arms. Rocker arms, we tie them in this order. Okay, here we go. Okay, and that's the torque from 27 to 30 foot-pound. Okay, that's the front of the vehicle. So you start in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do it with you. I can't do it, so I'll just show you how it's done. There you go. Let's get all the engine. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 27 to 30 foot-pound, and you're going to need a 10 millimeter. Okay, the head and the rocker arms are in place. I torque this one here to the 96 foot-pound. I believe they said anywhere from 87 foot-pound to 110, so I put 96. And now I'm gonna put the fuel injector rail. Don't make sure not to lose these washers here. It basically goes in here, and it's held in place by 2 bolts, one here, one there. Okay, so that's basically how it's gonna go. That will be the next step. Okay, the fuel line and injectors is in place, so connect these hoses first before you tie this. Wait, this is the last thing to do. Connect the hoses. Will be easier, much easier, because you can adjust the rail and move it, and connect the power to the injectors. Then 2 bolts here. I think it's 12 millimeter. One here and one here. نشوف هذا الاكزوست نقدر نمشي عكس turning now, so we go down for a minute. A little bit of ticking noise, but should go away. I think it's the rockers. Started very high. Look what's going on. All the water that was inside because of when the gas was blow, it was inside, so it's pushing it outside. Earlier I had smoke here a little bit. We didn't see the temperature is still good. There's like steam coming out. The exhaust is full of water. Earlier there was some leak in the exhaust over there, so I took the cover off and tried this bolt. I think that is going away. I'll give it another 10 minutes and then I will change the oil in the filter. Less smoke now, more water is still coming. Alright guys, car is running good. No more smoke. Nothing is dripping. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome. And thanks for watching. Again, I'm not a mechanic, just sharing my experience with you guys. Hope it helps someone out there.